What is it like being a woman in a male-dominated industry? Today, we have an exclusive interview with a young woman making waves in the plastic manufacturing industry. Hello, everybody. My name is Molepolole. This is Deep Dive, where we bring you exciting content on business, personal development, and personal finance. But before we get started, make sure to give this video a like. It helps us know if you're actually enjoying our content. Comment below on your biggest takeaway and subscribe to the channel. And share this video with one friend. It helps us reach newer audiences. We also host live studio shows, where you can be part of an amazing community of like-minded entrepreneurs and also engage with our speakers. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely drop below and register. Let's dive deep. Mandy, what we talked about over the break, I think is very, very important, and I wanted to touch on that conversation. The conversation of the industry as a men's world and how people, the stereotypes that are there, that exist. Talk to us about that.
Manufacturing. Manufacturing is a man's world. That one, everybody knows. And more especially this specific one, plastic bottle manufacturing, I'd like to believe, as far as I'm concerned, I'm the only female that's into plastic bottle manufacturing. Because it's a small industry. There's Kuchi, there's Choppies, there's Rotlehela Raizana. So, and as far as I'm concerned, so it's really hard, having to, even being in a space where you have people are there to listen to you. But it's like you have to work 2 times harder than what a man would have to do. So sometimes it's hard, because there was a time I actually had a conversation about it with my supervisor. Does that mean I need to be more tough? Should I get serious so that these people? She's like, no, be yourself. Don't try to be, because bonnet, they need to change the narrative or whatever it is, the stereotype that they have about it. So it's even hard. There was a time I was telling them, there was a time when there was a funeral, Molepolole, one of the members, BDF, Masolaker. So, Masolaker, they come in numbers,
in numbers,
right?
And everything.
So, obviously, I guess they heard about it. They came to the warehouse, Babatla Mabotlele, and Babatla a large number. So, at the time, I was still in the office. I'm not usually at work, because you can't run a business and stay at work. You need to be in the field. Yeah, you need to be business. You can't. So that day I was like, you know what?
Wait, how many years were you into business this time?
This was last year.
Oh, this was last year?
Yeah,
Very
this
recent.
was beginning of last year,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So they come and they tell one of my employees, I'm in the office. We want to see how this machine operates. We have visitors. BDF. I'm like, okay, no problem. So usually with me, I don't go to work I don't dress formal. I don't get on my hair. I can go to work with sweatpants if I want to, or when I dress however I want, unless I have a meeting or whatever. So I get this man, he got really upset about with me, and it's hard because you need to be professional. You are also human. So I didn't know how to respond. I was like, you know what, let me go back.
That was like the very
word for word. Le batla gore diela nako. Ke batla yo motona. Nna be ke boela mo officing ke re okay, o tla bona o motona ha mmatla ke re. So one of my employees ba mmolela gore but we tletse ene ha gona o pega pe o motona. So when I came back, monna ba kante these machines and I told him hey, because you people are the same people by encourage banana we should go into businesses, we should do 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and when you find us doing the same thing, so for me, that's why it wasn't out of disrespect, but this is not a conversation I'm going to entertain. Everything, because usually when you have visitors, we have, the earplugs, we have everything. I give, so I buy them a lot so that everyone who comes re ba neele, re ba bontshe gore go berekang. And I did that. They were so fascinated, and they actually apologized for hey, lira sente, le tlhabolla Molepolole, you know. So those are some of the things that I literally go through in this kind of business. I'm not sure about other manufacturing businesses. I think it depends on the type of business, because you can be into manufacturing but doing lotion, doing, you know, skincare, and it's okay. You would expect a woman to do that. But machines, it's hard for me. It's really hard.
Let's talk about how is dating as an entrepreneur? Because I think there's a conversation that we should have as people. Talk to me about your dating life and the way you approach it and whatnot.
Hey, okay. Are you asking if I'm dating?
Bona, when I life, like what is because I don't think there's many guys out there that are dating a woman or diranyaka.
Okay.
You know, so I'm interested to know how are you maneuvering like that from your perspective?
First of all, I'm not dating. I will say it on camera. I am not dating, okay?
Yes.
And number two, it's hard, okay? In this sense, I meet a lot of, not a lot, oh my God, not a lot. I don't know how to put it, but most of the guys who approach me, I get it, they would probably approach me on social media. And then they would, you know, and then after doing whatever research or something, because people do research about, Kante, Koreana, you're big, Koreana, you're wabana. So those things, for guys, now in my experience, they would move back.
They shy away.
Or, I can't be with someone who I can't be with someone who you're too established, she's independent. I don't know what is it about men, but they do that a lot. Keep what's established. So
wait, so this is talking stage. Or before we even get to there.
Talking staging. It doesn't even get there. Hell after research, you know. For me, things like that, I cut the conversation, like, because that's why I was telling you earlier, Kira, I want to separate Gop'Bottles from Mandy Gopolang. These are two different entities. So I don't like it when people, you know, when people meet Mandy or people want to be, because I have a lot of people that are like, I want to be your friend. I don't want you to want to be my friend because of Gop'Bottles, because what happens when Gop'Bottles tomorrow closes down? Are you not going to be my friend? You know, it's hard to meet people that are actually genuine. Like, I want to get to know who Mandy is. So, hey, it's hard.
Okay, so woman of your caliber, what is the man you are looking for? Break it down.
What is the man I'm looking for?
Ideally.
For me, I don't know if I should talk about this, but I'm a Christian. So the first thing that I'm looking for in a man, he needs to be a man of God. I mean, we need to have the same principles, the same beliefs. I don't want you to be asking me, why am I tithing? Why am I? And I don't think I want to, I'm looking for an entrepreneur as a partner, because I know how that feels like. I know the days when I come back home. I want someone in a completely different field.
It's going to be double trouble, basically.
Imagine. So I don't know, but we plan, God decides. So I don't know. But when he comes, I will know.
Okay, guys, so in this section, I will be reading your comments. We have Olorato T. Sibitla. She says, very informative. She commented on the Marketing Beast video. Thank you so much, Olorato. We have Mandy Gopolang saying, this was a good episode. Thank you very much, Mandy. Then we have Michelle Refilwe sending in 2 heart emojis. Thank you so much, Michelle, for the love. Then we have L3 Works sending in heart emojis, fire and 100. Thank you so much. Actually, this is my boy. Thank you so much, my boy. We also have Conrad Brink. Love your content, brother. Thank you so much for watching us, sir. And we appreciate your kind words. Okay, guys, this brings us to a wrap of reading your comments. We'll read the other comments on the very next episode. Before, you talked about you being a risk taker. Clearly. We've seen it happen so many times in your story.
Yeah.
You taking the risk. How are you able to combat the fear? Because then a lot of people can do stuff because they're like, hey, I can't. What if this goes south? How are you able to make sure that how do you deal with it basically when?
Yeah. I think I'm definitely a risk taker, but with taking a risk, you need to take calculated risks. How it's a risky hell. With me, like I told you, I consult people a lot. I talk to my sister, I talk to my supervisor. And also another thing about taking a risk is you need to ask yourself, what if this goes wrong? Or what's the worst that could happen? Every opportunity that I'm given, that's what I do. Okay, if I do this, what's the worst that could happen? Okay, this is the one that I can go with. Sometimes of fear of failure and doubt, I cry a lot.
Yeah.
I cry a lot. I talk to my sister. I vent when I feel like I'm depressed.
Hey, the way you said vent.
I vent. I will talk about my feelings. On social media, I will let it out because it helps me. I know, no, you should write it down. I've tried, it didn't help. I get it, people are different.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of, I'm not gonna lie, I do fear, what if this doesn't work out? Because I've had challenges where I've seen the business just stop completely. But operation is done. I've had those moments. But I would always come back, or my mom would encourage me, you've come this far. Even my supervisor, I have people that actually, that's why it's very important to have, a social circle or support groups. When you are in those moments, they will encourage you, yo, you've come this far.
Sure.
I remember Forbes. There's a lady who wing it, Natasha, who actually created this platform of entrepreneurs. We don't talk anything business, but when you're going through something emotionally, whether it's employees, whether it's anything that's stressing you out, we can talk about it. So these kind of support groups have really helped me a lot as well as talking to my therapist, my mom, even church. Hell, at that times when I'm like, you know what, let me just go to church. I'll come back feeling better. So yeah, awesome. I do have, every day you have the fear of failure. What if this doesn't work out? Where am I gonna bounce? Canada people okay, if this business doesn't work out, I'll go back to being an accountant. With me, I've lost 3 years of experience. Imagine right now I want to go back to corporate and I'm like, I want to be an accountant. Experience running a business. They're not going to take me seriously.
True.
So that's what pushes me, girl, you can't afford to give up. You have to make it work. Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually what motivates you.
Yeah.
That's your fire.
It does.
For me, I don't know. For me, I think it's I don't know. You remember the story where you talked about when they came into your office and they're like, who's the person running this? And then you're like, it hurt you, you went back in the office. Now for me, that would have been the moment.
Really?
Yeah, that would have been the moment because I think in my life, there's certain things that I just store in my mind. I just take account of. Especially, yeah, I think Khonyadiwa for me is a big motivator.
Really?
I think for me it's a big motivator because I just know there's a lot of potential that I have. When I was in tertiary, basically the way I graduated, I tried quitting 3 times. I was doing entrepreneurship with UB. And then my lecturer called me into her office. This is 4th year. I basically passed because we're only doing tests and exams. We never had assignments, so that's why I passed. Assignments I would have failed. Semester 1 gone. So what happened was she called me into the office and she said, listen, you are not going to graduate.
Ijo.
She didn't say, I think, or you may not. She just said, you are not going to graduate.
Yeah.
And everything she said after that was just, Camelo, I'm always did. And then following day, I came at 9, I left at 6, I did everything the entire time. Because I think as entrepreneurs, when you actually identify what motivates you and brings you alive, that's your thing. But I also know I shouldn't spend my time on this emotion because it's kind of, it's rough. It takes a toll on you. Basically getting into your industry, the barriers would be on a machine and all. And what about the skill, like, or basically because it's semi-automated? Because I think it's not so.
It was actually, that's actually one of my challenges when I started, because I'm working with a machine, it's completely new. Even right now, when I have a machine breakdown, I can wait for a whole month without having people come in and out. So it's one of the things that it was really a challenge on my side, because I remember I had to go and benchmark. LEA had the same exact machine in Francistown. I had to go all the way that side for like a week or two to go and benchmark and see how everything is how everything works. That's how I'm able to train my employees. So in terms of skill, I don't, when I hire my employees, I don't hire skill. I hire character and then I instill the skill, because I can't find the skill of that machine anywhere. Like how engineering 5 years, 10 years, that machine is something completely different. Like even recently, we were actually wanted to do the maintenance plan. It was hard because people don't know how it operates. So it's, I literally have to.
Mechanic.
No. So with me, skill is, it's hard. But
talk to me about those traits. What are you looking for when you hire somebody?
Character. I like I told you, I have my sister. She's a psychologist. So when I do hire employees, I have
Your sister looks at them like, this one, no. No, we can go there.
So I mean, I look at character, and then from there.
What do you mean when you say character? Like,
I will
break
talk
it down.
to you. I don't know. I guess it's just a discernment thing. I will talk to you and I'll be able to pick up as a decent person, or because for me, I want people to understand the vision that I have for my company, because I've actually been in a very toxic work environment before. And when I started the business, I was like, you know what? I will never, ever make another person go through this ever again. That's why when I hire people, I make sure I hire people with that same mentality. Like when we're at work, you won't even tell like there was a time when we had visitors at the office. And one of my employees, and I'm like, take initiative, you know what I mean? So that's what I want.
You actually did it on purpose. I thought like, no, then it's a joke.
No, because they were asking about the machine. I was like, you can ask him. But if it's anything beyond that means, like a lot of internal issues about the business, that's when I take over. But I look at character. I'm not gonna lie. I want a beautiful working environment for my employees. Like there was a time when they don't want to go. They're like, that's how much they love coming to work, and I love that. Yeah,
it's a family type of thing.
Yeah.
So what don't you want? What's your non-negotiable? Like this, you're gone.
Oh, guys, I mean, I've actually never had employees no, they can't. Because even where we are, the security, there's no way. So even if I have to move to another warehouse, we're gonna have to So I've never thought about it actually. What are my non-negotiables? I need to think about that.
Bakwai, ne? Top tier. Now, but how do you instill that? That is it just something you got it off of you, or you actually have to be intentional about it?
I just got it off of me because that's just who I am, and that's one of, I don't know if it's a weakness or what, but my supervisor it's a weakness. I don't know how to reprimand my employees.
Hey, hey.
I have to call my sister. There was a time I had to call a whole branch manager, LEA. Kere thara kopa o mpuelele semamang kana ha recente was like a late. Because I don't know, because I feel like, okay, what if I say this and I make work uncomfortable for them? So it's something that I also need to work on. I know that. I have this mentality, I'm the engine of the business. I need wheels. I need a steering wheel. I can't be everything. But then my supervisor's like, at this point, you are everything. You can't afford the wheels. So if you need to be the wheels, you have to be the wheels. If you need to be the mirror, even the small things, the wipes, you need to do that. So that's something that I'm actually working on. Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, in the next 90 seconds, I'll be sharing with you some exciting news that you want to be a part of. Deep Dive will be hosting its very first masterclass themed Setting Yourself Up for Success. But before we get into the details, let me let you in on the amazing lineup of speakers that we'll be having. We will be having Kumonawa, a former guest on the Deep Dive, who is a financial educator. Take us through how to get out of debt and how to take control of your finances. And then we will have Mr. Spono, also a former guest on the Deep Dive, take us through how to release yourself from what's holding you back and how to identify your God-given gifts and talent. And then we'll have yours truly take us through 50 recession-proof side hustles anyone can start in 2023. This event will take place on the 2nd of April, 2023. The venue will be University of Botswana, room 41. As for the times, it will be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Refreshments will be served. As for tickets, 200 pula admits 1, 350 pula admits 2. And we will also have stalls where you can take your business and place it in the eyes of 200 plus potential customers for an investment of 500 pula only. If you've been struggling to get ahead but seem to be stuck in the same spot, if you've been struggling financially or simply want to take your finances to the next level, this event is for you. So make sure to register below in the description and get yourself a ticket to this event. This could be the start of something new. This could be the year everything changes for you. Love to see you on the 2nd of April, 2023. But until then, be great. I'm curious, where do we see Gop'Bottles 3-5 years from now?
As of now, 3-5 years, I want to be, I don't want people to say I'm too ambitious, but I want my company to be the leading plastic manufacturer in Botswana. And I'm talking plastic, all sorts. I'm talking, because the machine that I have is literally capable of manufacturing any bottle that you can think of, from 50 ml to 2 liters. So I'm talking your sanitizer bottles. I'm talking, these, I don't know if you've been to hotel rooms, the little lotion and the conditioners. We can do those things. Mabotlelabo oro se, mazoe, foam bath, handy. Those are things that Gop'Bottles is capable of doing. And I want to reach that point, because it's not just that, because we're also looking into going green as well. That's why we're using material oil, it's recyclable. We want to get to a point where I want plastic manufacturing to be in Botswana. Even the recycling companies that we have in Botswana, there are so few. Most of the things, even the bottles that we recycle, they go to South Africa. That's why the person that I was working with, Forbes, I wanted to work with him to see him grow.
Yeah.
Because if I grow and there's no one to support, Ghana bottles is the same as, there was a time when, sorry to divert, there was a time when someone was asking me why I don't want to go into the water industry. And I was like, there's a reason why I didn't want to go into water. It's the same. It's the same as Juanana Motaira company ya dikoloi. people need to think, how we ride dikoloi and you're seeing that this is marketable. People need to think, okay, let me manufacture oil.
Yeah.
Let me manufacture
Complementary.
petrol. Taki dire mathairi, but we don't think in that line. You'll think, Mendu ira mabotle. Kahira company mabotle. So
that mentality can tiretse ka
Ha ke itse
ya gore be rekisa one thing
o
re
tla bona
tlhomagane hela
motho
yana.
a beile semausu ka moswa o itlhelo mongwe a beile se se rede ka ha ke ipotsa and they're literally selling the same thing.
Yeah.
We can't grow with a mentality like that. If I'm gonna go into plastic bottle manufacturing, someone say I read recycling, someone said like dire ditibo, because as of now there's no one manufacturing ditibo in Botswana. That's another opportunity for someone out there. Ditibo reditsa, all of us reditsa ko South Africa, including choppies. We get them all the way in South Africa. So these are gaps selling that are there, but we don't see. But because Botswana had stopped the importation of water, everybody's going into water.
Yeah.
But no one is thinking about the complementary products. There's water, there's gonna be stickers, there's gonna be this, there's gonna be that. So that's that's where I was looking at.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's like the gold rush that happened in America. Everybody was trying to go dig for gold, but the people that actually made the killing were the people that were selling the spades to dig the gold.
Right? Yeah.
So it's always like that.
Yeah.
It's always like that. My last question for you is, how do you want to be remembered as Mandy Gopolang?
Interesting, because Mandy Gopolang in the business world, in the music industry, where exactly?
As a person, as a human
How
being.
do I want to be remembered? That's a hard question. I don't know. Oh my God. That's a hard question, hey?
Yeah.
That's a hard question because people see Mandy as different things. There's someone that will meet Mandy, Mandy on Instagram. There's someone that will meet, Mandy on Twitter, Mandy on Gop'Bottles. But I can't, Mandy on the game. And I love all of them because these are things that I love. I love pictures. There was a time when people actually thought I was a model.
Yeah.
Because I love pictures. I will literally book a photo shoot and it will make me happy. Just that.
Yeah.
Or I'll just look pretty, take a picture, go back in my room.
No doubt.
So I'm okay with being remembered with anything that has to do with what I love. I don't want to be confined to a certain space or image. Or Mandy wa Molepolole, or Mandy wa Instagram, or Mandy wa Twitter. So Mandy is
multi-passionate.
Yes,
Lovely.
I wear many hats.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. We really hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Deep Dive is dedicated to bringing you the most comprehensive and engaging information about business, personal finance, and personal development. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest content. If you like this video, give it a like to show your support and help us reach a wider audience. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family who may be interested. Sharing helps us grow our community and connect with like-minded individuals. Leave a comment below and give us your biggest takeaway on this episode. If you're interested in being a part of our live studio audiences, make sure to register for the next show. Can't make it to the show? No problem. Check out our Patreon page to watch the full episode and get exclusive access to more great content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Deep Dive.